how much of our lives do we actually have control of? So in the past few videos I've been uploading, I've been talking about creating the ideal life, your ideal life, your dream life. And I go into a subtopic, controllables and uncontrollables of your life, which is a factor of creating your life. So I want to go over this topic. It's 10% of life is what happens to you. 90% is how you respond. And it's such a profound quote. Don't mind me because I'm driving. I'm on the way to the gym and I wanted to make this quick video. And so 10% of life is what happens to you. 90% is how you respond. And to me, when I interpret that, that's basically, life. You don't get to choose what family you're born with. You don't get to choose who you're surrounded with. There's a lot of things you start off at default. But you can pick 5 different individuals, put them in the same background. Let's say put them in the same location, same type of family. Let's say grew up in a fatherless household with a couple siblings, and basically living almost near poverty. 5 exact same individuals. And all of them may result in different lives 20 years later, But they all started with the same background. So back to the quote, 10% of life is what happens to you, 90% is how you respond. And they all responded differently, They all, which resulted into different results of life. And to me, back to creating your reality, that ties into that. Because yes, life does happen to you. There are things you can't control. The uncontrollables, like what family you're born into, just events, unforeseen events. Some things you just don't have control of. But what you do have control of is your mind, how you feel about it, how you think about it, how you respond, how you interpret it. And once you master that, you're able to form an empowering, optimal, constantly learning mindset. You can use that to your advantage in this life, because that is a controllable aspect of ourselves, is our thought. Now, as you grow up, you've been conditioned, and you're constantly being conditioned up into this moment, and furthermore, you're constantly being conditioned. But once you have a certain awareness of how that works, you can mold your mind to where you can shape it to where you observe everything in your favor. And back to that example with those 5 individuals who, essentially grew up in similar experiences, similar backgrounds. all of them, yes, did have the same situation, but they all, to a certain extent, had control of their destiny. And that's their decision making, their interpretation, and how they responded. They all responded differently. Let's say one wanted to break the family curse of not completing college. One started a business. One was a victim of negativity and repeated the cycle of the family. So many different alternatives, possible alternatives in this reality we live in. But it's all within each individual's control to a certain extent to how their realities manifested. And it's kind of like the metaverse analogy from Marvel, you know. And there's so many different versions of Spider-Man. And yes, life happens to them, but they all handle it in a different way. So when it comes to our thinking, we want to improve our way of thinking of situations to where it will help us manifest the life we want. And one way is to constantly learn, read as much books as you can, and apply it to your life. And remove a lot of negative habitual thinking and replace it with positive ones. Thanks to a lot of books, it really changed the way I thought about a lot of things. Like money, for example. My whole life, I never even really thought about money like that up until my mid-20s. As a kid all the way to my mid-20s, I never really thought about money. I just thought about going to work, earning, and then spending my money however I want. And I didn't know about investing or creating passive income streams, making your money work for you, not being enslaved to the system through debt. Once I found all that out through books like Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Why C Students Work for A Students by Robert Kiyosaki, it changed my way of money ideology and my approach. So now I don't even work a 40-hour week. I make more than I ever have now in less time passively. Most of my income is passive. And this is part of the reason why I'm also doing YouTube, is eventually I want to make this an income stream. And what I'm alluding to is my controllables, what I'm working with. And that's the way I think. And how I'm thinking now it's a lot different than before. right,
Hey, what's up?
I'm making a video. No, it's okay. No worries.
Well, anyway, we have a sober living home down to Red Top fundraising. You can help us
Yes, sir.
maybe later
Yes,
on.
sir. God bless. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry. Somebody on the road. But our controllables, you know, it really pivoted my life. It was a big moment in my life when I learned this, because before I was in so much debt. I was in the military. I did 10 years, and you know, I drank the Kool-Aid. I was the typical Filipino kid who wanted to go to college, get a degree, because that was societal's standard of success. And I didn't know any better. I never questioned it. I thought that was the only way. What changed is when I got exposed to a different way of thinking. And that's through reading books and meeting certain individuals. And that was a controllable. I shattered my illusion of reality because of way of thinking. And I'm thankful. I'm very thankful. Now my life is more fulfilling. Now I feel more confident in my life. Now I have my mental health has improved drastically, and I feel more energetic, and it's because the way I'm responding now was a lot different as opposed to 10 years ago. Remember, 10% of life is what happens to you. 90% of life is how you respond. There's just things that are inevitable that's going to happen in your life. Positive and negative is the reality of life. Negative things will happen to you. That's something you can't avoid. But what you can do, and you do have control of, is how you respond to every situation in your life. Whether it's an empowering response or a response that's going to hinder you. So when it comes to creating this reality in our life, I would say just elevate your mindset to the best of your ability with the resources you have, like YouTube, books, mentors, and continuously optimizing. That will help you form a strong mindset to where you respond in the most empowering way that helps you move forward towards your ideal. But yeah, I'm here at the gym, and yeah, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll be uploading more content like this. If you resonate, comment, like, subscribe, because my intent of this YouTube channel is to spread information that will help people optimize themselves as individuals. Thank you. Have a great day.